All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, June 7th, set today by Brendan. Friday is traditionally the hardest of the week, although I found lately the Guardian doesn't follow that, maybe because they don't have a crossword editor. Anyway, let's see what Brendan has for us. State again, backed e-bank charge. Well, something is going to be written backwards, I think. I think the definition might be state again, repeat, reiterate. Well, that would fit, yeah. But what's the e-bank charge that is reversed? It does end in an E. E T A R. Not sure. Let's try the Downs. Thomas the poet, located oddly in Germany. All right. Going to take the odd letters from Germany and we get Thomas Gray. What's his elegy in a country churchyard or something? Asti and rum I mixed for Italian treat. Oh, I think we might have tiramisu in the letters of Asti rum I. I do like a nice tiramisu, tiramisu. I think that's their way to write it, or is it tiramisu? No, I think it's tira. All right. Oh, well, reiterates does look right. E, tear, tier. I say we have tier, which might be a bank, a row of things, a tier. I think tear is a word. Maybe a charge of some kind, like similar, maybe from the same derivation as a tariff. Let me pause and look that up. Well, tear can be, looks like a weed. And then I do know on a little scales I have when you put the container on and then you reset to zero to just weigh the contents of what you're going to put in the container. Yeah, the weight of the container is one meaning. So I'm not sure about reiterate. I'll leave it in for now. There's probably other I words that could mean to state again. Let's take a look at this Keats and this other poet, excuse me, share food after initial disagreement. Well, Yeats definitely comes to mind. The best like all conviction. Yeah, so I think it's saying that Keats and Yeats have the same letters apart from their initial letter, and the remaining letters spell eats, which can be food. All right. Stout or beer that's taken right to heart. I think it's going to mean stout. And we're going to take a four-letter word for beer and put an R, I think, in the middle of it, taken right to heart. What would stout be? Burly. No, I'm not saying it. Leaderless, school acquiring principle, that points the way. I'm thinking leaderless is wordplay, so we're going to get a word for school and take off its first letter, and then somehow it's going to acquire. Can principal simply be a P? And then we get something that points the way, like a road sign or compass, something like that. Now let's go back to the Downs. For each boy accomplished, looking good. I'm wondering if for each could be per. Boy might be simply S for son, or might be person. Looking good, I think, is the definition. No, let's try appreciation of taste that artist finds helpful we hear. Ooh, so I'm thinking it's homophone from the we hear. So what would an artist find helpful? An easel? Oh, a palette, which is P-A-L-E-T-T-E. And then, of course, that sounds like your palate can be your appreciation of taste. Now our leaderless school. Ooh, Harvard or Yale. Oh, what are British ones? That might be something A. But then what's something beginning with A that points the way? No, don't see it. Tolerate, conservative act, that's inviting for consumer. Ooh. Well, I wonder if tolerate could be bear, and then conservative might simply be C, followed by a three-letter word for act. Oh, law. There is a bear claw. That's a pastry like a donut. I do like a bear claw, but how is that inviting for a consumer? No, I think that's just a coincidence that I can come up with something else that matches but doesn't meet the definition, surely. Blasted, noble women, ignoring negative sign, first and last. Wow. I'm thinking blasted is probably the definition. And we have to think some word for noble women, ignoring negative sign. I'm wondering if those two words are chosen because they begin and end with N. So we just remove the N. What would noble women be? Duchesses, ladies, baronesses, noble women. No, not seeing it. Echo, echoed as novelist. Well, of course, thinking of Umberto Eco, but, or do you say echo? Umberto, echoed. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a novelist. Oh, if you're eco-friendly, you would be green. And then I think echo is the phonetic alphabet word for E. So I think if something is echoed, it has an E added. And I think it's Graham Greene. I'm not very sure of that, but I'll leave it in for now. Scanned, money, top sliced, 80% of cash. Well, 80% suggests we're going to have 4 out of 5 letters of some word of cash, but then what's the definition? And what's the top sliced to do with it? The only thing I'm wondering if slang for money or cash would be bread. And if you take the top off, you have read or read, past tense, which could be scanned. But it feels like we have some unnecessary, because we have both money and cash. Why? And then why top sliced? Top sliced would be enough. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. We would put a D here. So what would that end in? END, I suppose? That points the way. No, not seeing it. All right, I'm going to go back to the crosses. School subject that is included in the Carolinas along with English. Well, the Carolinas, of course, are North Carolina and South. Oh, I think this is, oops, SC for South Carolina, then IE, that is, and then North Carolina, and then along with English, of course, is the final E, and you get science. Oh, that is very clever. I would put a tick beside that one if I was doing it in the newspaper. All right, their arms point forwards for this dance. So I presume it's going to be a dance. But their arms point forwards. Point could be one of the cardinal points, east, north, south, west. What's the dance? The lambada? No, we have an E. No, not saying that. What sounds like desirable job description exactly. Well, I want this to be a desirable job is a plum. Oh, oh my goodness, this is awfully clever as well. Brendan has had 2 corkers, I think you would say. I think it's what sounds, and we had that come up in a recent clue as well. When you take soundings of the depth, you use a plumb line, PLUMB, and it sounds like a desirable job, a PLUM. Oh my goodness, that is excellent. Fashion shade announced. So I think it's another homophone, something that sounds like a shade. And it's going to mean fashion, which of course could be a noun, but it could also be a verb, to fashion something. I'm not sure what a 3-letter word would be for fashion in any meaning. No? Oh, let me look again at, I'm wondering if it could be, yeah, personable. So it is for each is per, son is boy, and if you're accomplished, you're able. The only thing I'm wondering about is I thought if somebody was personable, it meant they had a good personality. They were, yeah, just easy to get along with. I didn't think it had anything to do with looking good, but let me pause and check that. Well, no, well, the first meaning from the American heritage is pleasantly sociable, which is what I was thinking, but it can also mean pleasing in appearance or attractive. So that is fine. I just really didn't think of it that way. It just reminds me of a guy I worked with who was once describing the city of Tulsa and saying how some people say it has a good quality of life. And he's saying, yeah, that's like saying somebody has a good personality. Anyway, tolerate. Oh, yeah, we looked at that one. Let's see. Oh, yeah, let's try 13. Lose little time in scattering petals or other part of flower. I'm immediately thinking we're going to, because of the S and the P, we're going to anagram petals, but we're going to first take away the T for time. So it's an anagram of PEALS. So there can't be too many variations. Sepla, sepal, sapal. Yeah, yeah, I'm going to have to look that one up to see which of those words is a part of a flower. I don't recognize it. All right, this is a new one on me. Sepal, one of the modified leaves comprising a calyx. I'm not sure what that is, but it's part of a flower. Yeah, all right. So fortunately could get that one from the wordplay. They carry papers as a convenience. Following directions. Following directions could be wordplay following, say, EN for east and north. And maybe it's something about they carry papers, like newspaper boys or something like that. Could also be, it might be they carry, like porters of some kind. No, too much variability there. Produce clippings easy to look through in hearing. I think we have another homophone. Produce clippings. What is, so yeah, I'm thinking easy to look through must be the homophone definition, and it's going to be produce clippings, which could be something to do with prune or something like that. What's easy to look through? Browse, or, well, sorted, I suppose. Alphabetized, filed. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. Let's go back to the crosses. Complaint. One enters when maltreated. Complaint. I think it's going to be a complaint, and we're going to put I for one inside of. Oh, could it be an anagram of when? I think it's, yeah, I think it's whine. So it's not much of an anagram of when, but it is maltreated. And so it is a complaint, like the old joke we heard as children. What did the grape say when someone trod on it? Nothing, it just let out a little whine. Anyway, on part of journey, superficially damage trunks, say. Ooh. I wonder if it could be trunks, say, for the definition, and trunks are an example. Now, trunks could be tree trunks, but it could also be, in Britain, your swimming trunks. or any kind of short pants. I think trunks, funny word. On part, but it could be on, no, I don't think on part of journey. I wonder if superficially could be the outer letters of damage. I don't think I've seen that before, but I think it would be kosher to have DE. Trunks, say. No, not getting it. Gossip about crazy guy in tea party. Wow. So it certainly sounds like we're talking about Alice in Wonderland and the Tea Party, or of course could be political commentary. There are some crazy people in the Tea Party. Gossip about. Yeah, that sounds like we're going to put a short word for gossip about. Could it be a crazy guy or an anagram of GUI? But then what's the definition? Tea party? Or maybe in tea? And the definition is party? No. Answers found in part of recipe that contains multiple steps. I think answers found is going to be the word play. And so maybe the letter A for answer is going to be put in part of recipe. And is it going to just mean something that contains multiple steps? Like a staircase? But I don't see how that would be part of recipe. That, no. Be unfair, especially towards females, following first cut. Wow. I'm wondering if be unfair could be cheat, but I don't think it's an exact word that matches be unfair. But then especially towards females, following first cut. No. Honors presented by European carrying a lot of weight. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this one, just so in my mind, I was going through the different honors they have in Britain, and the first one I thought was OBE. And if you have multiple, you have OBEs, and then European can be E, and so carrying a lot of weight is obese. All right, with another club, possibly, beat uncovered backside. A club can be abbreviated to C from cards, I suppose bridge in particular, but with another club, possibly. Uncovered backside might be taking the outer letters from backside. No. No, not getting that. All right, let's go back to the downs. Trainer may use it for transporting gym equipment before fight. Transporting can be an anagram indicator. Gym equipment, and then before fight, maybe something before spar or some other word for fight. I think trainer may use it as the definition, and they definitely want us to think of a physical trainer. Could it be a trainer as in a sneaker? No, I'm not getting it. Scheme to raise a lot of interest. Yeah, not sure what that is either. Isn't another word for scheme inveigle? I think that's 8 letters, but to raise a lot of interest. No. Improved on try for top award in audition. Well, audition is another homophone indicator. Brendan seems very fond of the homophones today. So what's a top award? Oh yes, I think it's try for top award, something that sounds like that, and it's going to mean improved on. If you try for something, you vie, compete, top award, gold, medal. Well, if the definition is improved on, this probably is an ED ending. Top award. No, not saying it. So after a quick start in the top left, it really is turning into a Friday crossword. Person making fatal choices. Botched clue about left, right. Well, this seems like an anagram of clue around L and R. Oh, maybe just about L, because I think, and then the R maybe, because I'm thinking it's going to be an ER word, a person making fatal choices. What would that be in 6 letters? And so something like color, Culler. Lulcer. Yeah, I'm not sure what this could be. No, not seeing it. Hill, its city is up on. Wow. We did have a Tor for hill yesterday in the wordplay, so could TOR? Hill, its city is up on. I mean, that's such a strange wording. I mean, could it be a hill that does have a city and their names are very similar? One is reversed, maybe? Of course, it might be a completely different kind of hill. It could be somebody's name, like good old Jimmy Hill. No. Herd animals audibly reacted. I think we have one more homophone. So I think it's going to be herd animals, but it's also going to sound, oh, maybe it's not a homophone. Maybe it's just something, a word for if you side or odd or add, ood. What are herd animals? Something, something. Yeah, and I think if it's going to be audibly reacted, this is probably also going to end in D. Herd animals. Oh, maybe it's herd. And a word for what animals might say, like load, mood. No, not getting it. Frequent bar in light opera. Oh, thank goodness we got a nice, easy. I think the hidden clues are the easiest type of all because the answer is right there in front of you if you know where to start. So if you go to a bar, you're going to drink or tope. Nice old-fashioned word. So now with our, ooh, so this ends in P. Oh, I wonder if it, I'm wondering if something rump at the end, but which would be backside with another, with another maybe is the definition. Beat uncovered backside. Maybe beat is uncovered and we have EA. EA rump? No, I don't see that. All right, where do I have some letters that I can get a foothold again? Oh, so this one does end in T. Be unfair, especially towards females. Following first cut. I mean, maybe it's some longer word and we remove the first letter and get cheat. I don't think so. First of cut, of course, could be the C. Following first cut. Especially towards, well, I'm going to put in cheat, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, 15 down. Definitely the W should be helpful. They carry papers. Oh, maybe it is news. News something. They carry papers. Oh, news agents. Carry. So how yes, so we have four directions, NEWS. Yes, a convenience is a gents. I do have it in my mind that we had a very similar clue with similar wordplay a couple of months ago, maybe. It could have been last week. Honestly, can't remember. But a gents, yes, is a public convenience, a lavatory. All right. So now our be unfair, especially towards females, following first cut. Be unfair. Evict, eject. Towards females following first cut. No, not seeing it. But, ooh, could it be something Trump with another club? Possibly beat uncovered. I mean, it could be the backside, as in the backside of a building, or I think I'm going to pause and use wordplays.com to try and find out what this word might be. Well, I'm glad I used wordplays.com. There are actually quite a few words that match this pattern, but I saw there was one over Trump, which I think is something to do with card games like bridge, where you maybe with another, so I think with another club, possibly is saying in a card game where one of the suits is clubs. So I'm not exactly sure what it means. However, I think the backside is rump. And yes, I think it's with another club, possibly beat is the whole definition. Yikes. And uncovered is open or overt. That is very tricky. I think it's an obscure word if you don't play bridge. And then to get overt from uncovered, I mean, I did get the rump at least, but yikes. All right. We do get a nice U here. Scheme, to raise a lot of interest. Yeah. Yeah, no, much. I was going to wonder if scheme was telling us to anagram something, but there's no U. And what is it? Something going backwards to raise a lot of interest? But then how does it, would that end in an I? Ah, but there's some word for a scheme or a plot beginning with I, use something. No, I think I'm going to use wordplays.com. This is a very tough crossword today, and I think if I don't resort to some online help, it could take a while. Well, I should have worked out that it was going to end in UE, and then if you scheme, you intrigue. Now, how is this to raise a lot of interest? Well, INT might be interest. To raise a lot, is that as in an auction, a lot? EUGIR, I don't see. Yeah, we're going to have to rely on 15 squared to explain that one to us. All right, this will now be unfair, especially towards females. Following first cut. Well, cut could be edit. I don't think edict is going to be unfair. Yeah, I'm not seeing this at all. I think I'm going to look at 15 squared for a list of matching words and see which one is most likely. Well, one word I missed was exist, and I can see that exist would meet the definition of be. But then you have unfair. Yes, so if you're unfair towards females, you might be sexist, and you cut the first letter and you get exist. Wow. So yeah, this is the thing I'm always struggling against. It's so hard to break right after that first little B and to see that is the definition. I really need to get better at that. All right. Where else do we have some good letters? This is our gossip about crazy guy in Tea Party. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a word for gossip. Dish. Of course, could be gossip the verb. Yeah, I'm not seeing that one. Oh, there are Point forwards for this dance. Yeah, I'm not. Of course, arms might be military arms, weapons, point forwards, but the there is what's throwing me. Yeah, I'm going to have to use word plays for this one. No, not seeing anything. There are a lot of words that match that pattern. So I did glance over here on part of journey. And of course, I realized that could be a leg. And then superficially damaged trunks. Or superficially damage. Oh, maybe some word for if something grazes. And then it's going to mean, I think trunks, wear. Yes, so if something you have see some wear. Yes, so that would be superficial. And trunks are leg wear. Uh, I don't know about that. Are they leg wear? To me, leg wear is stockings or anything that goes on the leg. Trunks to me go around the torso or the groin. I don't know. Is that right? Your midsection anyway. So now we have a nice G here, improved on. Try for top award in audition. Again, I do think it's a homophone. Improved on. Yeah, I think I'm going to look up synonyms for improved on. No, I'm not finding anything good there. Let me just check legwear. That's right. And obese is right. Oh, let's do over Trump. That is right. Yes, I'm not sure what that is. Of course, a gong is a top award. I don't think gonged is going to be right. All right. Here's our trainer. Well, that O something ending should be helpful before fight. Yeah, I think that's going to be a word for fight at the end. About, no. No, I think I'm going to have to use 15 squared for this as well and hope there aren't too many choices. Of course. Well, I was right to be suspicious of the word trainer. Well, I mean, it is a trainer, but you have to think who is it or what is it training, and that would be a horse. So a gym equipment, I think in the old days, was the horse you would vault over. And if you fight, you box. And so the definition is trainer may use it for transporting. Very tricky. All right, fashion. Yes, so a shade could be a hue, H-U-E. But if you chop wood and you fashion something out of the wood, you hew. I think that's right. Unfortunately, the horse box just gave us an E here. That's not very helpful. Oh, we do have a nice W there. So, maybe it is the bear claw. Maybe just because inviting for a consumer, I think maybe something that looks appetizing for an eater of food. Let me check this one. It is right. I don't know. I mean, I got it from the wordplay, obviously, but I thought there's no way that's going to meet the definition of inviting for a consumer. I think there needed to be something more to let us hone in on the fact that it's a type of donut. All right, well, now this. I wonder if it could be an arrow. Harrow something. Yes, the school is Harrow, which loses its first letter. and the principal is the head of the school, and an arrowhead would point the way. Now are blasted noble women ignoring negative sign first and last. Well, I'm wondering blasted as the past tense. Could it be blue, B-L-E-W? Ah, yes, and so it's right in the middle of noble women, and we ignore a negative sign first and last. Well, the first negative is NO, and this, oh yeah, so we lose the negative is no, and a sign is an omen. Oh my goodness. Very clever. All right, so now we're stouter beer that's taken right to heart. What is the beer? It's not a lager, it's a, oh my goodness, what could that be? And then a word for stout. Well, large. Ah, yeah, so it's lager, and you have to move its right to the middle. Yeah, that's, I suppose it has taken the right from the end to the heart. All right, I'll give him that. And this one I thought was read, or read, I should say. Let's check this. Ah, that's always a little disappointing when it's a word you thought at the beginning, but you just were not confident, and it turns out, yeah, that's what it was. So I'm going to have to rely on 15 squared to explain that one to me. All right, let's try and finish off the top half. Their arms point forwards for this dance. Well, I do know in one of the words I saw that I rejected was lancers, and I thought, well, they're people who have arms and lances, obviously. So let's check this. It is right, but oh, I think there is a dance from my misty memories of Come Dancing on the BBC, the original, not the Strictly version. But I think there was some old-fashioned dance called the Lancers. We'll see on 15 squared, of course. So let's see. Produce clippings. Oh, yeah, for some reason I was thinking easy to look through. I had in my mind we're looking through files of papers, but just any material that you can see through is sheer with two E's, but it sounds like shear with EA, which would produce clippings if you shear a hedge. Oh, so I think this must be, ah, yes. So gossip can be chatter, about can be circa, which can be abbreviated as either CA or, as in this case, C, and the crazy guy in the Tea Party is the Mad Hatter. Oy, oy, oy. Probably should have got that sooner. All right, just need to finish off these final ones in the lower half. Person making, oh yeah. Well, I think I did say color. I suppose somebody who's culling animals, they are making fatal choices. Yes, so I think I should have thought a little more about that. Yeah, it is correct. Ooh, now gives us a nice E something L ending. Contains multiple steps. Oh, I wonder if it could be... Ah, yes, so in a recipe, it will often say to stir well. If you put an A for answer inside, you get a stairwell, which can contain multiple steps. I think I'd said staircase earlier. I was so close. All right, now hill its city is up on. I have no idea what that is. Its city is up on. Yeah, I wonder if it might be a three-letter city with an S reversed. But what is a three-letter city? And we're going to need a hill. I think I'm going to go ahead and reveal this one. Scion. Ooh. Oh my goodness. So it is up or reversed, and then on is literally on. Hill its city. So I presume there's a Scion Hill that has the city of Scion on top. Wow, that is very tricky. All right. Herd animals audibly reacted. Wow. Well, read, which is deer backwards, but rude, road. I'm not sure about. Oh, maybe the D is wrong. Yeah. All right, let me pause and think about this one. No, I'm not seeing anything good. I'm going to put in read and let's check it. No, let's reveal it. Rose. Okay, they're deer, right? Rose? Or maybe not. Audibly reacted, and I suppose if you rose, you reacted somehow. I'm not sure about that one, but anyway, what can you do? All right, just the improved on. Try for top award. In audition, yeah, I tried finding a word that matched this and I didn't see anything I liked. Geared, maybe, like geared up. Let's check it. No, let's reveal it. Gold. Well, that is the top award in audition, in hearing, gold. But improved on try. I don't know, it's a rugby thing. If you score a goal instead of a try. But I don't know goal as a verb to say gold. Definitely going to need 15 squared to help me understand that. All right, let's check all. Everything else stayed put. All right, my goodness, this has been a long video. Let's go over for a quick check of 15 squared. All right, today's blog is by Andrew. Bit of a slow start. Well, funnily enough, I had a quick start, but then definitely apart from the northwest corner, had a lot of trouble. Oh, yeah. Andrew also picks up that many are, homophones of colors. Ooh. Plum, wine, gray, blue, green, red, sheer. I'm not sure about sheer, but scion is scion, rose and taupe. And hue and color. I did not pick up on that theme, so thank you to Andrew for pointing that out. All right, and the across, it is a reverse of E tier plus rate. I think my problem with that one is it's not in the right order. I mean, if it's a backed up E bank, then you would have E tier together and then rate backwards at the beginning. So yeah, I have a little bit of, maybe someone in the comments will explain it better. And then Lancers, yeah, it's just a dance. I'm sure a lot of people won't know that. Legwear, do you know it is? Or Andrew isn't questioning if trunks are legwear. Let's see, 29 is sure enough. Well, no, with another club, possibly beat, yeah. Um, Down, 5 down. It's a kind of pastry inviting for consumer. That seems a little weak to me. Bread, money, less its top letter, and 80% of ready, which is cash. So that's, I don't think I've ever seen, I've certainly seen triple definitions, but to have the definition and then two word plays to get at the same answer, yeah, that's what really confused me. There we go. 20 down, double definition. Scheme and to raise a lot of interest. I suppose. I just feel like they're in the same family of meanings, even though, yeah, they're a little, yeah, they are obviously different, but I didn't find that double definition satisfying, I have to say. The goal, the definition refers to rugby, excuse me, where to goal can mean to convert a try. So you improve on your try by scoring a goal or goaling. Okay, Sion is one of the hills of Jerusalem, which can also mean the city itself. All right, and yeah, herd animals audibly reacted. Okay. Let's see. Kenmac thought some of these, which actually are ones two I wrote down, 22 and 25, a bit unfair. I smiled at gold, an ugly word and rarely used in a rugby context these days. Okay. Yeah, so never heard of bear claw. Yeah, I think it's probably an American thing, maybe Canadian, all of the Americas. In Brendan's defense, Okay, so goal as a verb seems to be fine. Don't like homophones. This had too many. I will say, though, that the homophones all seem to be reasonable, that they really did sound like the other words, which sometimes we see ones that are a bit of a stretch. Oh, this person says, thanks, Brummy. I think it was Brendan, wasn't it? Are there more specifically Americanisms in The Guardian these days? Yeah, I think that's very possible. I am regularly surprised to see Americanisms in there. I'm regularly surprised, frankly, to see Americanisms when I read the Irish Times or the Guardian. You will see people calling a film a movie, for example, which would never have happened, I think, even 20 years ago. I think it's really changed I suppose, because of social media and the younglings maybe copying the Americans more. All right, yeah, so I had a few bones to pick with that one, but it is Friday, so we do expect something a little tougher. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend.